We've all heard Moonlight Sonata 1,000 times, but let's say that after the 1,000th time that you've heard it, you go, maybe I want to hear a different version. Every year, countless pianists have played Moonlight Sonata either on stage or in their living rooms. I myself have played this piece thousands of times. So, if you want to hear the original version, feel free to click on the numerous Moonlight Sonata videos undoubtedly recommended to you on the side panel. If you want to hear my version, then stick around and let's do this. So Moonlight Sonata has 3 movements. The first movement, which is the slow one that everyone knows. The second movement, which barely anyone plays because it's just so freaking boring. And the third movement, which is quite possibly the #1 show-off piece on the planet next to La Campanella. So for our remix, we want to start with 8 bars of the nice slow first movement. Then for the second 8 bars, add in a super basic beat, which we'll spice up later. Oh my god, so good. Then we really get things moving with a more energetic beat for yet another 8 bars. You're kind of getting the idea now, right? And here we go, another 8 bars. And another 8 bars, this time with a sexy left-hand counter melody. And then 8 bars of this soaring melody which really ups the intensity. Okay, so that's 6 times 8 equals to 48 bars of pure first movement goodness. And now we skip the bathroom break, that is the second movement, and immediately jump to the third movement. The third movement really doesn't need any help here, but we'll throw in a simple beat for good measure. And now for the build-up part, we're just going to take the original 4-bar build-up and double it to 8 bars, making it extra spicy. One self-encouraging remark later, it's like, who's doing this? Nobody's doing this. For the drop, let's just say massive arpeggios. Try out a potential key change that sounds awesome but doesn't work. The key change sucks. The key change sucks. It sounds great. It just ruins the whole vibe of the song. What do you think? And now we finish it off with a big epic moment. Okay, so now that we have a basic piano foundation, let's hit up our amazing friend Lionel on Discord.
Hey man, I have an ace project for you. You want?
And thousands of lines of boring conversation later, we get this nice sexy beat back from Lionel. So obviously, Lionel did an amazing job. And now we have a full version of the song that is 5.5 minutes. And that brings us to the mixing and mastering stage. What's mixing and mastering, you ask? It's basically a very technical process in the music world which makes the audio sound as good as possible. So to do this, I hired 10 different audio engineers from Fiverr, ranging from $5 to $100, and giving them each the same raw file of mine and Lionel's Moonlight Sonata remix.
Hey man, I have nice song but no money. Help a brother out please.
And they all went back to their caves, performed their audio engineering magic, and sent me back 10 different masters, aka the final file that listeners get to hear. Alright, so I want to show you guys the sound quality difference between an amateur and a professional master. Alright, so there's two types of people in this world. If you're the first type, which is someone who likes these kinds of remixes and new styles, then please subscribe and also smack the like button because you're awesome and you deserve the best content. And if you're the second type of person who hates it when their favorite classical pieces are modified, then please leave a really angry comment for all of us to enjoy reading. Enjoy the remix and remember to turn on captions for an epic story.